what is modules, and tasks. Inventory nothing but a list of hosts or group of hosts, nothing but target servers or managed systems which are managed by Ansible. Those we call it as a inventory. Inventory also called as a hosts file. The default location of host inventory file is /etc Ansible hosts. You can create your own hosts file in any location. If you wish to supply your host file to Ansible command --inventory or -i option followed by path of our inventory file, nothing but hosts file. Next, modules. Modules are the programs that perform the actual work of the tasks of a play. It is kind of library. You can use modules to perform specific task. And core modules are the modules that come builded with Ansible. There are around 400 plus core modules. Now it could be around 500. These modules we use under task section in our playbook. Next, tasks. A task nothing but set of instructions which can be performed by using modules. So in the tasks we usually call modules. Now let's write our first Ansible playbook. We are going to write Nginx playbook as our first Ansible playbook. Ansible playbooks are written using the YAML format. So we can name it as a .yml or YAML extension. Here we are going to use nginx install.yml because it is going to install nginx. Next, YAML files optionally begin with a 3-. So in the file starting, we should specify 3 minuses or dashes. Next, immediate line starts with single dash. Name is optional here. So next line we can use the -name. Name nothing but kind of description we can specify. It is optional. You can skip the name parameter as well if you don't wish to use it. Anyway, we are going to do that as well. Next parameter is hosts. Hosts nothing but list of the servers or target nodes which are managed by Ansible. So here we can specify hosts as all nothing but list of the servers which are there in the host file or inventory file, or you can specify a specific group. If you would like to know more about hosts, please let us know so that we can prepare a separate video for that. For this playbook, I am going to specify hosts all, nothing but it is going to act on all the systems. Next step is, do you want to become a root on the target server? Use become. If your playbook want to execute as a root user on the target system, then we should use become true. Here we are using Nginx installation, so we must be a root user to install it. Next comes to the tasks. So what action do you want to perform? Specify under tasks. In this case, we are installing Nginx, so we should specify that under tasks. And if you see here, the alignment should be same for these 4. Now under tasks we are going to install Nginx. So Nginx comes under tasks, so it goes to the next level, nothing but next to 2 spaces extra. From A it is going to start, but from here it is starts with where N started. These 4 lines started from the same alignment. Now we are using this playbook to install Nginx. So to install Nginx we should use modules. That is what I specified while explaining tasks. So now we need to use module. Now what and all modules are there in Ansible? As I said, we have 400 plus modules are there. If you wish to perform any task, just go and check in the modules whether the specific module is available or not. Usually to install we are going to use yum. Let me go and check whether yum module is there or not. So I'm on my Google page. Ansible module to install package, because we are installing Nginx package, right? So you can see here yum module is there. Let's open this one. And here, if you go through with this documentation, you can find out what and all parameters you can use with this module. Okay. We are going to use parameter called name and state. So name, what is the package you wish to install? State, whether do you want to install latest version or absent, okay, present, remove. It depends upon what kind of action you are performing. According to that, you can choose it. And if you scroll down a little bit, you can have examples as well. This is what exactly we need. If you see here, install the latest version of Apache. So HTTPD and state latest. Similar way, here we are going to specify Nginx. This is how you can identify relevant module. One more example, assume that you want to copy a file. Ansible module to copy file. It search for any relevant module for that specific task and it list out. You can see here there is a copy module. If you open this one, it give the list of instructions, what and all parameters you can use and how you can perform this task with some examples. This is how you need to do while writing your playbook. Let's go back to our document. So here we are installing Nginx. So what is the module we should use? We should use yum module. Similar way, we need to use service module to start the service, because installing and once installation is completed, we are going to start the service as well, right? Let's write this playbook on our Ansible system and execute it on the control node. Okay, I'm on my Ansible server, currently under /opt playbooks. We don't have any files over here. Let me create a file, that is sudo vi nginx install.yml. As I said, playbook starts with 3 minuses. Next, minus space minus name. Here we can specify the description, what this playbook is going to do. This playbook is going to do nginx install and start services. Next, hosts. You can see the alignment. It should be come here and all. I haven't created any host file. By default, it looks for /etc ansible hosts. I will show you that once I have written this playbook. Next, become true, because we are installing Nginx, so we should have root access. Next comes to the tasks. Tasks will tell you what and all activities this playbook is going to do. A playbook can perform one or more tasks. Here we are performing 2 tasks. From here itself it starts minus name. Okay, here we should provide the description. Install Nginx. So to install Nginx, what is the module we should use? That is yum. And you can see yum, I am starting from the where n started. That is how you can follow the syntax. Yum. And next thing is name. What is the package name? These all you can find in the Ansible documentation about this module. So our package name is Nginx. Then state. State we have different options: option, present, install, latest. So latest nothing but it is going to install latest. Option nothing but it removes it. Present nothing but it makes sure that that package is available. So various options are there. I would recommend you to go through with the documentation. This is one task. Next task, that is name. Again I am specifying. This name is just to understand what your playbook is going to do while executing. You can understand that while executing this playbook. Then start Nginx. So to start Nginx, we should use the service module, but anyway, we'll go and search for that. Ansible module to start a service. You can see here service module is there. Let me open it, and you can go directly to examples. Here you can find that how you can start. You can see service, name of the service, then state. All right, you should start here as a service. Okay, this is the module. Next, you can give 2 spaces after service. Name, what is the service name? It is Nginx. State, started, nothing but it is going to start. This is the playbook. Now we have written our first Ansible playbook. Let me read it one more time. Seems it looks good. If you don't have confidence that whether you have written it correctly or not, there are some of the online tools which can check your syntax. So you can see here YAML int is there. Copy your Ansible playbook and provide it here and go. If it is good, then it says it is valid. If there is any errors, it is going to throw an error. Let me remove one space and go. You can see it is throwing syntax error. That is how you can test it. Another way is in the system itself you can test it. Before testing it, to execute any Ansible playbook, you should have the hosts information, nothing but on which servers do you want to perform. I have one server. Okay, this I named it as a managed hosts. And if I look for whether Nginx is installed or not, yum list installed grep nginx. It tells you whether this package is installed or not. So far it is not installed. ps-ef grep nginx. So there is no nginx service itself. And if I access this server from the browser, it won't work. Once nginx is installed, we could able to do that one. So I'm taking the public IP of this server. This is the public IP, and keep it in the browser. By default, nginx runs on port number 80, so :80 we can specify. If you don't specify also, not a problem, because HTTP use the port number 80. That's why it disappears. But anyway, this page is not working right now. Once we run this Ansible playbook, we should able to access this application. So to run your Ansible playbook, you need to use the Ansible -playbook. This is the command you can use. But before running our Ansible playbook, I will show you /etc Ansible hosts. This is the default host file. Nothing but whenever you run your Ansible playbook, if you don't specify any hosts information, by default it execute on these systems. But I don't want to execute on these systems. For that, I will create my own hosts or inventory file. There I can specify this server information. Let me get the IP address of this server. This is the IP address. And I create a hosts file here in this current location. Okay, I should use the vi sudo vi hosts, and I just specify this IP address. Okay, I'm using basic level inventory file. You can do lot of things from the inventory file. Cat hosts. Okay, this is the only server we have. Now let's execute our playbook. Ansible playbook -i. I stands for inventory, and hosts in the current location itself we have. That's why just directly specifying. Then followed by your playbook. This is the playbook. And if you want to check whether this playbook is going to successfully work or not, you can just use the -- check. Whenever you use -- check, it don't perform tasks actually. It will just check whether this task can be performable or not. Let's do that one. And you can see here, missing sudo password. Nothing but you cannot able to become a root user. Oh, okay, I need to add this user to sudos. Sudo vi sudo. Okay, logging back as a root. Vi sudo shift G ans admin. You can just specify this one so that you can become a root. See here, it helped me to find out the error. Let me execute it again. Sudo vi, I'm editing it again. Vi sudo. Here we should give the no password because it is asking for password. Right. Now let me rerun this one. Yes, this time it is successful. Nothing but it can able to install it. All right. su-ans admin, and again I'm going to show you. So nginx is not installed and also service is not running. Let's execute this playbook. Actually, I'm removing check, and this time it is actually going to perform this task. It is installing nginx, completed and started services, and you can see here nginx is installed and service should be running. Yes, it's running, and I will access it from the browser. Port number 80 I have opened at security group level. Yes, I can able to access nginx. This is how you can write your first Ansible playbook. Alright, thanks for watching this video. If you like my demonstration, please subscribe to our channel and also comment out what videos you are looking from us. According to that, we prepare our next videos. Thank you. See you in the next session.